ladies and gentlemen, or as I like to call you, the incredible architects of your own destinies. Look at that title. It's audacious, isn't it? Urologists. Be strong in bed, even if you are 80 simple energy mix, an energizing recipe. Why is that title so provocative? Because society, and frankly, some outdated medical texts, have led us to believe that vitality, especially sexual vitality, has an expiration date. They tell you that once you hit a certain age, 50, 60, maybe 70 if you're lucky, the engine sputters, the fire dims, and you're supposed to politely transition into beige complacency. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. A comfortable, convenient lie that keeps people passive and accepting of premature decline. Today, we are talking about lifelong power. We're talking about optimizing the most crucial systems in your body so that the energy, the passion, and the physical capability you have today are not just maintained but amplified as the decades roll on. Whether you're a gentleman or a beautiful lady, whether you're 40 or 80, the foundational principles of ultimate vitality are the same. And I can assure you, the systems we discuss today are not just about your health. They are about your joy, your confidence, and your connection to the world. The plumbing of power, why circulation is everything. Let's start with the professionals who understand this system best, the urologists. What is the core of their domain? It's flow. It's about the hydraulic, vascular, and neurological communication that governs both urinary function and reproductive health. When we talk about being strong in bed, whether that means physical capability, stamina, or simply sustained desire, we are talking about blood flow, period. Think of it this way: your ability to perform, to engage, and to feel energized is a cardiovascular event. It is a reflection of the health of your endothelium, the delicate, single-cell lining of every blood vessel, including the tiny ones that lead to the most important parts of your anatomy. This endothelium is the master regulator of nitric oxide, NO. NO is the miracle molecule. It's a vasodilator. It relaxes the smooth muscle in your arteries, opening the floodgates to rush nutrient-rich, oxygenated blood where it needs to go. This is how erections happen. This is how muscle fibers recover. This is how your brain stays sharp. If your NO production is sluggish, if your arteries are stiff, you're not just risking heart disease, you are diminishing your vitality across the board. The challenge of aging isn't age itself. It's the cumulative damage of lifestyle choices that degrade this beautiful, perfect system. We need to be nitric oxide ninjas, protecting and stimulating this system daily. The Great Age Reset, how to redefine your prime. Let's tackle the age factor. Why do we see a decline in energy, muscle mass, and sexual drive as we hit our later years, even when our circulation is decent? It comes down to two things: hormonal balance and mitochondrial density. Hormones, the symphony of desire. For men, we often focus exclusively on testosterone, T. While T is critical for drive, energy, muscle, and bone density, it's not the whole story. The decline in T is often exaggerated by concurrent lifestyle issues: chronic stress, which elevates cortisol, poor sleep, and excessive body fat, which converts T into estrogen via the aromatase enzyme. Your action step here: don't just chase external replacement therapy. Optimize your internal production system first. Sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of deep, dark, uninterrupted sleep. Your body produces the majority of its T and other essential repair hormones during the deepest phases of sleep. Stress management. High cortisol literally steals the building blocks used to make sex hormones. Find a non-negotiable daily stress break: meditation, breath work, or even just 5 minutes of staring at the sky. Resistance. Training. Nothing stimulates hormone production like lifting heavy things. Your muscle is your metabolic engine. Keep it finely tuned. For ladies, hormonal balance is about the interplay between estrogen, progesterone, and a healthy level of T. When these fall out of sync, energy crashes, and desire often follows. The prescription remains the same: quality sleep, rigorous movement, and absolute stress control. The mitochondrial engine mitochondria are the tiny power plants in nearly every cell of your body. They take the food you eat and the air you breathe and turn it into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, pure energy. When you're young, you have robust, high-functioning mitochondria. By 80, many of those engines are sputtering or have been damaged by oxidative stress. The anti-aging secret: you can force your body to build new, better mitochondria. This is called mitochondrial biogenesis. How? Cold exposure. Short bursts of cold showers or cold plunges a minute or two is all it takes are profoundly effective. High-intensity interval training. HIIT. Push your heart rate to 90% capacity for short intervals. This signals to your cells, we need more power, now. Fasting. Allowing periods between meals forces your cells into cleanup mode, autophagy, clearing out old, damaged mitochondria and building new, strong ones. Pillar 1. The motion prescription movement isn't just about burning calories, it's a direct pharmacological intervention. It's a pharmacy of healing chemicals released by your muscles. The pelvic powerhouse. For true, sustained physical strength and performance, you absolutely must care about your pelvic floor. This isn't just a concern for women after childbirth. It is critical for men to maintain optimal urinary continence and, yes, erectile function and control. Kegel's pelvic floor exercises. Learn to isolate and contract these muscles correctly. Practice pulling up and holding for 5-10 seconds, then slowly releasing. Do this 30 to 50 times a day. You can do them standing in line, driving, or sitting at a desk. It is your non-negotiable, discrete workout. The 3-dimensional movement challenge. Your body is designed for complex movement, not just forward motion. Strength training, minimum 2x, week. Focus on compound movements, squats, deadlifts, presses. These movements engage the most muscle groups, trigger the largest hormonal response, and are the most efficient way to build mitochondrial density. Mobility daily. Incorporate hip openers, spinal twists, and deep stretching. A stiff body is a slow body, and restriction anywhere in the kinetic chain impacts performance everywhere else. VO2, max training 1-2x week. This is your HIIT work. Find a hill, sprint for 30 seconds, walk back down. Repeat 6 to 8 times. This is the ultimate metabolic and circulatory shockwave. Pillar 2, the mental blueprint for desire. I want to pause here and talk about the most powerful sex organ you have, your brain. Desire, energy, sustained connection are neurohormonal events. If your mind is consumed by anxiety, debt, work stress, or simply the constant noise of the digital world, your central nervous system, CNS, is perpetually in fight or flight mode. When you're anxious, your body shunts blood away from non-essential functions like digestion and, yes, sexual arousal, to your core muscles, preparing to run. You cannot be in fight or flight and be passionate at the same time. The two are physiological opposites. The practice of presence. To counter chronic stress, you need to cultivate presence. Mindfulness. Start with 10 minutes of seated meditation daily. Simply observe your thoughts without judgment. This practice gradually expands the window of time between a stimulus, stressor, and your reaction. Digital detox. Establish technology-free zones, especially in the evening. The blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, critical for sleep, and keeps your brain agitated. Purpose. Find something that drives you beyond your daily tasks. A hobby, a creative pursuit, volunteering. A body with a purpose is a body with energy. A brain engaged in meaning produces more natural, sustaining pleasure chemicals. Pillar 3. The simple energy mix, fueling the fire. This is where we get practical. This is the energizing recipe part. You don't need exotic supplements or complicated powders. You need to focus on whole, powerful foods that directly support nitric oxide production and mitochondrial health. 1. The NO Power Trio. Remember nitric oxide? These 3 things are natural power boosters. Nitrates, the fuel. This is the direct precursor to NO. The recipe component, beetroot. Beets are nature's Viagra. A shot of concentrated beetroot juice before a workout or before anything requiring sustained flow is incredibly effective. Other sources: spinach, arugula, and celery. L-citrulline, the amplifier. Your body converts L-citrulline into arginine, which is then used to create nitric oxide. Citrulline is more effective than taking arginine directly because it bypasses liver metabolism. The recipe component, watermelon. It is one of the richest natural sources. Polyphenols, the protector. These antioxidants protect the delicate NO molecule from being destroyed by free radicals. The recipe component, dark chocolate, 85% plus cacao, blueberries, and pomegranates. These are potent endothelial protectors. 2. The hormone and energy stabilizers. To keep the hormonal system smooth and the mitochondria firing, focus on magnesium, the great relaxer. Involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, including energy production and nervous system regulation. Most of us are deficient. Food sources: almonds, pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens like the spinach you already need for nitrates. Healthy fats, the building blocks. Cholesterol is the precursor to every single sex hormone: testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. Don't fear healthy fats. Food sources: avocados, olive oil, walnuts, fatty fish salmon, mackerel for omega-3 seconds. These reduce systemic inflammation that chokes off blood flow. Zinc, the T catalyst, critical for testosterone synthesis and immune function. Food sources: oysters, the gold standard, grass-fed beef, legumes, the ultimate vitality cocktail. Let's put the recipe together. This is a simple, daily or near-daily mix that targets all the systems we've discussed: no, hormones, and energy. The simple energy mix, the lifelong vitality smoothie.